What's up, guys? VA John here with another video update. It's been a while, guys, but I just haven't had time for to make videos. So let's get right to it. Well, the system it's been doing all right. Actually, ever since you saw the last video I made was the death of one of my clowns, and up until that point, everything was doing great. You know, the diatoms died off. Everything was doing good. I was even thinking about adding some corals, some mushrooms or something. All of a sudden, uh, probably a week after I made that video, uh, I, I noticed that diatoms started to come back. I was wondering, I'm like, what's going on? I haven't changed anything. The only change I made, which wasn't really a change, was that I got a new batch of salt. And the more I changed water, the more water changes I did with that batch of salt, the worse the tank got with diatoms. So, I waited it out, and last week I got DD salt instead of the Red Sea, and in the tank, just in 1 week, it's looking much better. As you can see, the rocks, all the diatoms, it's not brown. Everything is looking good. But I noticed that, as you can tell on the left side there, now I got cyanobacteria. So I get rid of one thing, and now I have another one. So now I don't think this has anything to do with the salt. This is just something definitely different, because I kind of saw the cyano already when I had the diatom bloom. The cyano was already kind of coming in, so now I need to figure out how the hell I'm going to get rid of the cyano, which is spreading. I mean, it started as a little patch, and now it's spreading over here. Now the other stuff, that's just it's just a little bit of the diatoms that is left after the big bloom I had, but that's disappearing. This is the big problem right now, the cyano. I haven't had good luck with this system. It seems like one thing after another happens, and just when I thought, oh, finally I can put some corals in, now I got a cyanobacteria problem. And I'm going to buy a silicate test kit to test for silicate, just to see why I had a diatom bloom. I want to test the water coming out of my RODI system, and I want to test the water coming into the system, just to see how much silicate I'm putting into the system and how much there is in the system. Also, my future plan is to also buy a HANA digital phosphate tester, one of those digital ones, because I don't trust my eyes. I just don't trust my eyes. I mean, I'm reading 0 on the manual one, but I don't know. I don't trust my eyes, so I'm gonna just buy the digital one to make sure. Nitrates always been a problem for me on this system, even though I only feed once a day, and I'm barely feeding the fish, and I only have 2 fish right now in here, so it's not like I have an overstock or anything. And nitrates they were always at 25, but once I started doing more water changes, and that's really the only thing I changed. Oh, and running filter sock, and my skimmer started working much better. Now it's a constant 10. For 3 weeks it's been at 10 ppm, so it is getting down, but I don't want to starve the fish. I mean, they have to I have to feed them, so they can be nice and healthy, so I have to kind of balance that out. I can't just starve them. So I'm just feeding once a day. And if I can't get those nitrates under control, we're just doing water changes, which I started last week changing 20 gallons instead of, I used to do 15 every week. Now since last Sunday I started doing 20, and I just did a water change earlier today, another 20-gallon water change. So every Sunday I'm going to start doing 20 instead of 15, just to see if that helps out. With a new salt, the DD salt, I'm going to once this batch runs out, I'm going to buy another one. I'm going to test it out for a little longer, just to see if that salt is better. If I don't see any improvement, I might just go back to the Red Sea. I've seen some improvement actually when it comes to the testing the water, the calcium, alkalinity, and magnesium is much higher with DD, actually closer to the levels that I need it to be. So that's one positive so far, and that's just with one water change. Let me show you the new toys I got. Well, as you can probably tell, it used to be just one MP40, now it's two. Two MP40s now. Also on the top, since my female clown died from jumping into the overflow, as you can see, I made some do-it-yourself little screen tops there. But the parts at bulk resupply, and I put it together, cut it into the right shape and all that stuff. I left a little area on the overflow open. The overflow is still in, the outside edge, the one that faces the tank, that's inside of the netting. Only the little corner there is exposed, because as you can see, I'm running the heaters. The two wires on the left are the heaters, and that one pipe there, that's the freshwater top off, which I love that system. I got a Tunzi top off system, and it's pretty sweet. Let me go in the bottom here. Oh, there's my cleaner shrimp. That guy's pretty awesome. He cleans, all the stuff, and he cleans after my turbo snails. He cleans their poop and all that stuff, so he's pretty cool. He has a little personality to him. Here in the bottom, as you can see, not much change. I don't have microalgae anymore. It died because I have no idea why it died. Maybe the light is not the right one. My JBJ light died, and after that my the microalgae was just dying. This one wasn't doing it for it, so I need to figure out what lighting I'm going to get down here. And I'm thinking probably LED and mangrove microalgae down here. I think that's what I'm going to go with. This is the master. That's the slave pump. The master, I got it right here by the door, so I just open it and I have quick access to it. I don't have to get under the stand just to access that. So yeah, that's one of the updates. The Tunzi auto top off back there. It's off right now because I'm filling in the top off tank. Is getting filled up right now. So, but those little lights, turn green, orange, red. Red when it's overflowing, and green when it's the right amount, and when it's too low, I think it's orange. And it makes a beeping sound if it's overflowing, and it cuts off the pump. Here it is. That's the little overflow switch. If it starts to overflow, the little white switch cuts off the pump, and then the other one is like a little optical little lens that keeps the water right in between my max and low level right there. Micro bubbles are gone on the system. Didn't really do much to help. I just kind of did it by itself. I'm facing the exhaust of the skimmer towards the rocks, and that's breaking a lot of the bubbles. This is the main reason I was getting those micro bubbles, and also the filter salt help. The skimmer is doing much better. It's skimming much better now than before, and it's kind of greenish, like a green color skimmate. So according to the videos I seen from New York Stilo, that's actually a good sign. So Oh, that white tube you see there that goes into the middle section, that is my carbon GF and GFO reactor. That's the return, which I have. Carbon GFO reactor is back here on the side of the tank. Right now those wires are there just for now, but I have to label all those wires and kind of hide them behind the tank. So that's another one of the toy upgrades that I got. Right now I'm running the carbon and GFO mix on each container. I'm testing that out. If you watch bulk resupplies, there's two ways to run it. There's you can run the GFO on the left side and the carbon on the right side, but then you have to kind of play around and have it tumble the right way and all that stuff. I was doing that for a while and it was good. So, but I decided to try the easier way, which is you just mix the carbon and GFO together and just run it that way. You don't have to worry about tumble or anything like that. You just mix them together, pack them nice and tight, and just open the water and let it go. Actually, water flow was so fast that I had to turn it down because it was stirring up the sand on my middle refugium section. If the mangroves don't grow in there, that's the next thing I'm going to try, with the right lighting and all that stuff. I'm probably going to get rid of the middle section and just have, the sand in there and just have rocks in there. That's probably what I'm going to do. Lighting is still looking good. The female clown, well, this is the male, but the dude that I bought the female from, he was actually a little upset that I lost the female, and because that was one of his favorites as well. But he told me, he has another one for me, and I'm just waiting when he's ready to sell it. So he told me he'll let me know when he's ready to sell the other female that he has, which is one of the premiums. Like, this guy has a cool different pattern on the side. This guy is a douchebag. He kind of picks on my little firefish sometimes, so he has a little bit of a aggressive personality to him. But and of course that he got a little more aggressive after the female died, because the female used to keep him whipped. She would keep him in a corner and he couldn't do much. So once she died, he felt like he was a big guy and he can pick on everybody in the tank. But I'll get him a female to kick his butt around. And of course I want to get something that can clean my sand, and that's probably going to be a goby or something. I don't know. I'm still wondering what I'm going to get for that. Maybe a star fish or something. I won't get any corals till I have all my algae issues solved. I just don't see a point in, I want to take it one thing at a time. And this cyanoooo right now is my goal, to get rid of this. Once I get rid of that, I'll probably start with some easy corals. But really, if I can't get the nitrates down, I'm going to get a biopellet reactor, which I've been holding off getting, just because I want to try all the natural ways. And if that doesn't work, you know what? I'm going to just get a biopellet reactor and just do the carbon dosing and see if that works. I've seen a lot of guys that have algae issues. That's the way they go, and it seems to solve all their problems when it comes to that. Bad thing is, it's another piece of equipment you have to keep, maintain. And I'm getting a little cyanoooo up here too on the rock, and a little bit behind that one, so it's spreading out a little bit, and that's why I'm trying to get it under control. So what I'm going to do for that, I'm going to siphon it out probably in 2 days. And I did turn the flow up today. I used to have it halfway. As you can see, now it's almost maxed out. It's like 1 point away from maxed out, so it's like 95% to the maximum. I just started that today, so I'm going to see if that helps. I know PO4 and nitrates contribute to this, and also flow. So the flow, I got it almost maxed out right now. PO4, that's what I'm getting, the digital checker, just to make sure, see where it's at for real, not my eyes playing tricks on me with colors and all that. And nitrates, if I can't get it down by doing water changes, the 20s every week, 20 gallons every week, I might just go to you know, a reactor, biopellet reactor. So that's what's going to happen if I can't get things under control. I really don't know where these nitrates are coming from. I don't think it's the stock. You know, it's just 2 fish and 1 cleaner shrimp. So and the snails. Feeding, I'm doing that once a day, so I don't know if that's really an issue. I don't think I'm overfeeding them. I'm actually feeding them just a tiny bit, and I don't dump it all in at once. I let them eat whatever, you know. I put in a couple of pellets, let them eat it. A couple of pellets, let them eat it. You know, that's how I feed them. So, you know, so I don't know what else is making this nitrates. I think it's the rock. From day one, even before I had the fish, I had nitrates in here because of this rock, this dead rock. I think there's still a lot of stuff in between it, leaching out, you know, the nitrates, and probably PO4s as well. So, I'm probably either going to have to weigh that out or figure out a way to get that down as much as possible. So yeah, guys, hope you enjoy the video update. You know, did get some new toys. You know, the pump, the extra pump, the reactor back there. You know, the auto top off, and the screen top, which is pretty cool. I like the screen top there. You know, it's very low profile. You know, other than that, you know, if it wasn't for the you know, the nitrates and PO4s bringing this nuisance stuff into my tank, I think I would have a lot of corals and stuff in it by now. But unfortunately, I haven't been as lucky as some of you. You know, some of you have the tank up for like 4 weeks, and next thing you know, it's fully stocked. Me, I haven't had luck. I've been fighting different stuff in this tank. Luckily, I haven't had the hair algae outbreak like a lot of guys have, so I don't want, you know, I need to knock on wood for that one. But the only thing that's been bothering me has been the diatoms and now the cyanoooo, really. That's the only algae that I seem to have been getting so far. So, and the cyanoooo is not really, I know it's not really an algae, that's more like a bacteria, but I need to figure, I mean, even New York Steeler had that. I was watching this video, so I need to definitely see how I can get rid of that. Well, guys, until next time, have a wonderful day. Enjoy your tanks. Peace out.